Welcome back. Scott here. You're on the starboard hull, and I hope you're enjoying our series with the Sea of Cortez. We're still motoring up to the North Sea, and we plan on staying here for most of the summer, as if you saw the last video you know, and we're really enjoying it. Lots of swimming, lots of snorkeling, lots of hikes, and beautiful scenery. It's a place to come to. Awesome. So this episode will take us all the way to the top of the Sea of Cortez to Saint Felipe and all the little spots in between. If you're planning on going to the Sea of Cortez, don't miss this video. So while we were motoring up from Puerto Escondito, we had an interesting thing happen to us. 3 boats were motoring up, and I was doing some drone footage, and if you check out on this next clip, you can see a whale between Harlequin and Muskoka, and we didn't know the whale was there until after we looked at the footage. So you never know what you're going to find. Awesome! Lots of whales in the Sea of Cortez, and we spent the night after this in Honeymoon Bay, which is on the island of Desante, and it's right across from Puerto Escondito, and we did a hike there, and we saw some whales. So the next morning I went out to search down the whales that run between Isla Desante and Isla Carmen. It's kind of like a little funnel, goes into a bay, and I went off while Lori was running in the dinghy to get some video of whales. I failed, but I got this. Oh! Oh! Damn! Dolphin! How cool is that? Oh, I'm soaked. So are my cameras. You crazy little buggers. Oh, that was funny. Well, hopefully my cameras are okay. Holy jumping. Yeah, so that doesn't happen very often. I thought the bloody thing was going to come right into the boat with me. Anyway, we did spend a lot of time with the dolphins that morning, and it was an absolutely glorious morning. And no, I didn't see any whales, but these guys were with me for 45 minutes, maybe more, and every time I took off, they followed me. It was a lot of fun. So enjoy. So these guys were a lot of fun to be with in the morning. It was a beautiful morning, and later on that day we motored over to Puerto Escondido, and on the way we found one of their big brothers, and I mean big. There is blue whale. Oh wow, look at the size of him. Oh my god, unbelievable. Wow, that was he's going down. Unbelievable. Holy jumping, that thing was big. Holy jumping. How was that? That was amazing. They're about 85 feet long, but we weren't finished there. These animals are very, very bashful, and we ended up leaving the boat and jumping into our dinghy, and wait till you see what we saw. So after all that excitement, we ended up staying in Puerto Escondito, which is about maybe 10 miles south of the town of Loreto. There is no harbor in Loreto, and but while in Escondido, we went on a hike, and the hike was up to the Steinbeck Canyon, which is an absolute must-do if you're in the Baja. Absolutely stunning, and I hope you enjoy our little hike. Got off the water for a bit and got some exercise.
2 hours.
Fanning you.
Grapes too?
You want grapes? I will give you grapes.
You're such a sweetheart.
You gotta go where you gotta go. Show you that it's not all waterfalls and pools and stuff. There is some work involved. Here comes Trooper. Trooper Lori, they call her. She's slowly becoming accustomed to rock hopping because if you don't rock hop here, you don't hike. We are in a desert. But isn't this lush and beautiful? So that was Steinbeck Canyon, named after the famous author, John Steinbeck, and he wrote a book called The Sea of Cortez. Must read if you're coming up here. And that was that. After the Steinbeck Canyon, we motored up to the beautiful town of Loreto. And Loreto is a very difficult place to get into unless you have a day like today. Open roadstead, and we had a great time there for a couple of days with no wind. Lots of whales and lots of things to do. What a beautiful little town. Purely Mexican and without any wind. It's easy access to grocery stores and everything else you need for a town. But having said that, we lucked out. Very rarely is there no wind. And we had a couple of days to enjoy this beautiful little town.
And this is where we are presently. There's a beach here, the playground, and palm trees. Not quite sure where we're supposed to land our dinghy. But we're going to try here and see how it goes. What do you think, Scott?
We're home. Or we're here.
Maybe came
far from home. But here. So look where we are. And look who's there. So this is Loreto. There's no marina in Loreto, but you can, obviously today's a good day to anchor. There's Muskoka, Interlude, Harlequin. The Three Stooges are on their way north. Really, really sweet little town. Very, very quiet. And they're going up that road there. I had the camera backwards.
Oh, did you really?
Filming the whole way, filming my chest.
Hank and Scott sitting, waiting for the women to be done their shopping. And this is the market in Loreto with a little canopy. Really cool. I like that. And there's Lisa also taking a picture of the same thing. And this is a little plaza. Very neat. Very well manicured.
Find the camera again.
Oh, hi. It's nice and good. Red. It's a gourmet.
Stressed right out.
Here comes food.
Oh, baby.
Taco, flour.
Un maíz.
Gracias.
Bueno.
Muchos gracias. So after an 8-block walk, not a big deal, we're at the Super Express Lays.
I guess they have barbecues here in the afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like it. Nice grocery store. Always a welcome sight when you're coming in off the ocean. So it was farewell to Loreto. And did I mention Loreto has an airport? You can get your guests in and out. And that's great. But it was a beautiful time. Our weather window was perfect. We said goodnight to Loreto. And then the next morning, I said good morning. And we sailed off to Isla Coronado. What a beautiful trip up it was. The extinct volcano. It was quite a climb up, I'll tell you. All the rocks were about the size of basketballs, and we spent hours getting up there. But we got the good view. There you go. You can see the boats down in the bay, and the town of Loreto is actually right behind it. In that bay, there was whales all over the place. It was just fantastic. Oh yeah, there I go, getting carried away with the whales again. We did do a hike, and it was great. Here's some pictures to prove it. So we said goodbye to Coronado Island, and now we're heading up to San Juanico. So Caleta San Juanico is a beautiful spot, large bay, and this is where people kind of get themselves together to go across to the other side of the Sea of Cortez. But we were heading further north, and this bay is stunning. Have I used that before? I think everything's stunning. All of these anchorages are spectacular. It's kind of why we cruise the Sea of Cortez. Enjoy. Ah, memories from Juanico. What a beautiful place. This is a fairly large area, folks, so if you haven't got a dinghy that can boot around, you're going to miss a bit of it, or you're going to take a long time getting there. But we took great advantage of our 20 horsepower on our dinghy and booted around San Juanico for a couple of days. And we went on to the neighboring harbors to the north and to the south and had just a wonderful time hiking around. It's pretty spectacular. There we go, spectacular. Loving the Sea of Cortez, and why not? I don't know if you can see this, but when we go out, we see these birds all over the place. They're little grebes of some sort. And this is a pretty big colony. We don't know what they eat, but whatever they eat, there must be a lot of it here, because there's literally hundreds of these fleets. So there's millions of these birds on the Sea of Cortez. And we just happen to be beside a bunch of them. Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Wow.
How amazing is it?
It is great. And they usually kind of dive as we approach.
And there's 3 over here that are trying to get into the neighborhood.
Ah.
But the rent's too high.
Here you are at Juanico on the south end, and we're just doing exploration of the beach. We have our dinghy anchored to the shore, and we're going to just see what this area of Juanico has to offer. Buried with rocks.
Must be a hike here.
Yes.
There's this thing I fell on.
Oh gosh. Yeah, this little plant here has barbed quills, and Scott fell on it in one of the hikes, and he's still picking the quills out of his fingers, aren't you, hon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a very pleasant place to fall.
So the size of San Juanico is pretty extraordinary. It's a big place, like I said before, and you can do a lot of stuff, or you can just lay back. So we went back to the boat, laid back for a bit, and then got ready for a little bit of a party. We had a lot of people over, and we had some fun. Okay, the next place past San Juanico is Punta Pepito, and it's much smaller anchorage, a lot of fun, and we went for a hike all the way to the top. Some fantastic views. Okay, there's Lori up there. She's going to hang in, and we're going to head over here. A little bit more like mountain climbing. Hopefully we'll see some whales out there. We haven't gone a day without them, that's for sure. Okay, we're on the third peak. Oh shit. Lori was over on that one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know you can't see them, but our boats are down there.
I can see it.
I can see Harlequin.
Oh, okay.
And the mast of Muskoka.
Mastiff.
Ah, that's what it was. It wasn't you talking.
It wasn't.
And our whale friend is still out here somewhere.
Yeah, he's over there.
Yeah, I can see.
By the water.
Yeah. He was over there. Cool. There's Lori. Hey.
Hey, you came. Yeah.
Very nice. After the hike, we all jumped into the dinghy and we went for a little boot around the spots we just climbed over top. And there were some caves down there, and it was another interesting afternoon on the good ship Muskoka, the little dinghy of good ship Muskoka.
It's all the structure there.
Yeah. All the little shells. Woohoo! Yeah. Wow. Wonder what's around this corner.
There's that guy in the sailboat.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
What's this?
Hey.
Hello.
You can even go through this one. Wow.
Glasses off. Wow. You never know what you're gonna find.
That's right. Go around the corner and find this wonderful cave. Oh, this is the best cave we've seen in a long time. Wow. That is great.
Wow. Pretty cool. So here's some crappy drone footage of Punta Pepito. It's a waterproof drone, so I got some water on the lens, and you never know. Anyway, it is what it is. and give you a little idea how big this is. There it is. It's big. That black line you see down there is obsidian. So this was the last stop before we get up to Bahia Concepcion, which is a major stop, and it's only a little ways up from this particular anchorage. So we headed up, and we had some good times in the Bahia Concepcion. We stayed there for a couple of weeks. Anyway, there we go. As you can see here in Steinbeck, which is in the Bahia Concepcion, RVers come down and they line up across the beach. This is kind of the end of the season, so it weren't that many, but from what we understand, this used to be a real thriving community, and lots of RVs. The RVs park there, and we park out here. Fair deal, I'll take it. I'd rather be on the water. Oh, sorry about the video, but sun propellers, a cheap drone, Swell Pro. Don't buy one. So that puts us in the Bay of Conception, and unlike the intro, I said I was going to get you to San Felipe in this video. I didn't. Just too much stuff going on. So I hope you enjoyed what you got so far. In the next video, we'll get you to San Felipe, which is at the top of the Sea of Cortez. Lots happened between here and there. So bear with me. We'll get to you. Thanks a lot.